Welcome to Llama Land, where herbivorous meets carnivore. This is the land of mystical parallel universes where light meets dark and truth meets paradoxical reality. I'm your host, Michelle Drumfoot. In the news, the BC elections TV debate was on last week. I don't know if you checked it out, but I certainly did. We have our three party leaders, Liberals Christy Clark, NDP John Horgan, and Green Party Andrew Weaver. I have little nicknames for these folks. Christy's Christy Cream, John Horgan is Hulk Hogan, and Andrew Weaver is Dreamweaver. Don't you think that sounds much better? Much more appropriate for the party leaders. Now, I don't know about you, but don't you find that when they do the debating, you can't hear a damn word what they're saying? I mean, they're arguing, and I just can't differentiate what they're saying. I mean, what kind of example is this for the kindergartners? I mean, we're supposed to teach kindergartners, take turns. Now you speak, now you shut up. Now let this person have a turn, and back and forth, right? So you can hear each other. But that doesn't seem to happen. Did you check out their suits? Okay, that's another thing. The guys' suits. I'm sorry, they could have done much better. They look like from Value Village. Not that there's anything wrong with Value Village, but come on, guys. They could have been a little bit more, tailored and ironed and just better colors. Christy Clark didn't look too bad. She had a little kind of capey, red cape like Little Red Riding Hood. And the only thing I found, one of the things I did find with her was her fake smile. I'm like, come on, Christy, if you're going to smile, don't fake it. Are you trying to fake it till you make it? Well, I don't think it quite made it, but next time just be yourself. Just relax and let it flow. I haven't decided yet who I'm going to vote for. I'm going to do a little bit more digging in their websites there, checking them out. And if I can't figure out anything, I'm just going to go eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch it, No, I'm just kidding. I'm not sure what I'm going to do, but I have to make a decision. And people out there, vote. If you can, just do it. Have a say. I wish we had another party we could pick on. So that's that for that. Now, I have some weird and wacky news from the Mirror in the UK, the Mirror. There was two articles that caught my eye, and I thought I would pass them on to you. One is, women keep giving birth after eating this legendary pizza. This pizza is called the Inducer. If you're pregnant and feel like it's about time you gave birth, pop over to Hawthorne's and have an Inducer. The Inducer is a kind of a spicy kind of thing. It's a buffalo wing pizza. It's sold in New York and in Charlottetown and North Carolina, all those states. And apparently it's hugely effective for these women. The pizza is on the restaurant menu's special menu. It features medium hot buffalo sauce with chicken and mozzarella cheese. So don't tell the Italian if you're going to have one, because apparently it's sacrilegious if you do. It's a culinary sin. According to locals, the dish has sent multiple women into labor. 3 of the women who claim to have given birth after eating the pizza or even during our most recent is this person named Henley Schmindel. She was just done with her pregnancy, so her girlfriend urged her to try the Inducer. She did, and within hours she was rushed to the hospital. So people out there that own a pizza place locally, you might want to put this on your menu. Spice up the pizza and call it the Inducer. And you've got lots of pregnant women coming in there, and they got something baking in their oven that will be popping out soon. Another one is police called to reports of a cat up a tree, armed with a rifle. The suspected furry felon was spotted clutching what appeared to be an automatic weapon in his paws. An armed suspect toting an assault rifle was feline lucky when they escaped being shot by police by a whisker. A worried member of the public alerted police to a cat sitting up in a tree nesting a rifle in his paws. Officers in Newport, Oregon reacted in style when they realized the picture that they had been sent of the gangster kitty was simply an optical illusion. The cat's position, the colors, and the shape of the branch all conspired to look like it was toting a weapon. Police told local news station KATU that someone took the picture and then released what it looked like. In Facebook, the post read, "Reports of an armed cat this morning were unfounded. The feline was contacted by our canine and was determined to be in possession of a non-lethal branch." The cat was given a verbal warning. The cat was given a verbal warning for posing with what could be mistaken as an assault rifle while wearing a poor camouflaged attire. Oh, poor kitty cat. Okay, always picking on cats, aren't they? Next is Monday Mayhem. Stay tuned. I serve cactus pepper sauce to the trail hands every day 'cause they like their chow spicy. Believe me, that sauce keeps those cowboys boisterous and motivated. Oh, I just stir up some cactus pepper sauce from ingredients I found in the desert. Then I let it cure in the chuck wagon. It's a secret recipe locked away in my mind. Welcome to Monday Mayhem. You better hold on to your seats. We're heading into the crypt for a spine-tingling ride of tales and mystery. And now for some scary stories collected from folklore. First, hoo-ha. One morning, John Sullivan found himself walking along a street downtown. He could not explain what he was doing there, or how he even got there, or where he had been earlier. He didn't even know what time it was. He saw a woman walking towards him and stopped her. "I'm afraid I've forgotten my watch," he said, and he smiled. "Can you tell me the time?" When she saw him, she screamed and ran. Then John Sullivan noticed that other people were afraid of him. When they saw him coming, they flattened themselves against a building or ran across the street to stay out of his way. There must be something wrong with me, John Sullivan thought. I better go home. He hailed a taxi, but the taxi took one look at him and sped away. John Sullivan did not understand what was going on, and it scared him. Maybe somebody at home can come and get me, he thought. He found a telephone and called his wife, but a voice he did not recognize answered. Is Mrs. Sullivan there? He asked. No, she's at a funeral, the voice said. Mr. Sullivan was killed yesterday in an accident downtown. The house was near the beach. It was a big old place where nobody had lived for years. From time to time, somebody would force open a window or a door and spend the night there, but never longer. 3 fishermen caught in a storm took shelter there one night. With some dry wood they found inside, they made a fire in the fireplace. They lay down on the floor and tried to get some sleep, but none of them slept that night. First they heard footsteps upstairs. It sounded like there were several people moving back and forth, back and forth. When one of the fishermen called, "Who's up there?" the footsteps stopped. Then they heard a woman scream. The scream turned into a groan and died away. Blood began to drip from the ceilings into the room where the fishermen huddled. A small red pool formed on the floor and soaked into the wood. A door upstairs crashed shut, and again the woman screamed. "Not me!" she cried. It sounded as if she was running, her high heels tapping wildly down the hall. "I'll get you!" a man shouted, and the floor shook as he chased her. The silence. There wasn't sound until the man who had shouted began to laugh. Long peals of horrible laughter filled the house. It went on until the fishermen thought they would be going mad. When finally it stopped, the fishermen heard someone coming down the stairs dragging something heavy that bumped up each step. They heard him drag it through the front hall and out the front door. The door opened, then it slammed shut. Again silence. Suddenly a flash of lightning filled the house with a green blaze of light. A ghastly face stared at the fishermen from the hallway. Then came a crash of thunder. Terrified, they ran out into the storm. Billy Mansfield said that a little black dog followed him everywhere he went. But he was the only one who saw it, so people thought he was kind of crazy. To drive the dog away, Billy always hollered at him and threw rocks at it, but the dog always came back. The first time Billy saw that dog was the day that he fought Silas Burton. Billy was just a young man then, but the Burtons and Billy's family had been feuding for years. When Billy saw Silas riding towards him, he went for his gun and Burton went for his. But Billy fired first. He hit Burton in the back, knocking him from his horse. Burton's horse ran off and his gun fell where he couldn't reach it. He lay there on the ground pleading with Billy to not kill him, but Billy killed him anyway. Burton's little black dog was with him when he was shot. The dog kept licking Burton's face and barking and snarling at Billy. In his anger, Billy killed the dog too. There wasn't much law enforcement in those days, so Billy wasn't arrested. But all that night, he heard Burton's dog outside his cabin scratching at his door and barking to let him in. "I'm imagining this," Billy's saying to himself. "I shot that dog dead." But the next morning, Billy saw the dog. It was waiting for him outside. From then on, there was not a day that he didn't see it. And there wasn't a night he didn't hear it, scratching at his door, barking to let in. From then on, Billy was always finding black hairs on the sofa, on the floor, in his bed, even in his food. And the house and the yard stank of dog. That was Billy said. Whenever somebody told him there wasn't any dog to see, he'd say, "Maybe you don't see it, but I do. And I ain't any crazier than you are." Things went on like this for many years. Then one morning, in the middle of the winter, the neighbors didn't see any smoke coming out of Billy's chimney. When they went over to check, Billy wasn't there. A day or so went by, and they found his body lying in the snow in the field in the back of his cabin. Billy had plenty of enemies, and at first it seemed like somebody might have killed him. But there wasn't any marks on his body, and there weren't any footprints out there except for Billy's. The doctor said Billy probably died of old age. But there was something odd about his death. When the neighbors found Billy, there were black dog hairs on his clothes. There were even a few on his face. It smelt like dog had been out there. Yet no one had seen a dog anywhere. Hope you enjoyed Monday Mayhem's Hoo-Ha's. I'm your host, Michelle Drumfoot. And now for some telephone calls from the Twilight phone. Hi there. So tell us what's happening. How's it going? What's been happening in Louisiana? Well, not much, but I have a story to tell you. Okay, sure. I'd like to hear it. Let's go. Well, my granddaddy, he had this rocking chair and he gave it to me. I mean, he wasn't going to give it to me, but he gave it to me, and I put it in my living room, and one day I swear that rocking chair was rocking and rocking. There was nobody in it. Well, maybe there was a door open and there was a crosswind or something. Maybe it was pushing the rocking chair back and forth. Are you sure that there wasn't a door open or some windows that might have, moved it that way? Absolutely not. I don't have any doors or windows open. I don't like that. I'm very afraid of things outside my house because I've had some really bad experiences with all kinds of things like wild animals and bats flying in. So I just keep everything shut. So I know damn well that chair moved on its own. And I swear it was my great-grandmother, my great-great-grandmother, because she liked rocking chairs and I think that's what happened. Well, if that's what you think happened, then that's okay. Did your grandmother, did she say anything? Was it just a rocket? Was she just rocking in the chair, or did she give you any inclination to what she wanted? No, she just wanted to say hi. I think she missed that rocking chair. I mean, I don't know up in heaven what kind of facilities they have up there, but I think she really missed that rocking chair, and she just wanted to come down and do a little bit of rocking and rolling. All right. Well, thank you so much for that call. And let's go on to the next phone call. We've got, let me think, who is this here? Oh, we've got Trevor here. We've got Trevor from Calgary. Hi, Trevor. Hi there, Auntie Michelle. How's it going? Hey, Trev, hey, audience out there, this is my nephew, Trevor. He's a pilot, and I know he doesn't like me saying this because his mother's always on about, my son is a pilot, and then there's his aunt. I always say that too. I can't help myself. I'm so proud of you, Trevor. I'm so glad you called. How are you? I'm fine. I've just been flying all over the place, and I'm feeling kind of a little bit jet lagged, and I thought I'd just give you a call and tell you how I'm doing, and I'm really happy about your show, and I'm so glad, everybody out there, my Auntie Shell's the best. I mean, she really is the best. You got to call in and tell her all kinds of stories, and she will just rock. She will just, she's amazing. Auntie Shell, when... it's my birthday in 2 days. Yes, Trevor. Yes, I realized that. Yes, I'll be sending you some money. No worries. Happy birthday. My nephew Trevor's turning 24. It's unbelievable how fast time goes, and anyway, I'm very proud of you, Trevor. Well, thanks, Auntie Shashel. And you take care, and I'll see you soon. Yeah, Trevor, let me know when you fly in, and we can hook up for for something to eat and chat. Alrighty, I love you, bud. Love you, my little nephew. Bye, the show. Okay, folks, thank you for bearing with us. I haven't seen my nephew in a while, so it was nice to hear from him. Okay, next caller. We have, who do we have here? Wendy from Winnipeg. Hi, Wendy. Hi, my name's Wendy. Yes, we know your name's Wendy. And it's very windy in Winnipeg. I mean, it's really windy. I mean, sometimes I think it's so windy that I'm going to get blown away into another province. Well, let's hope that doesn't happen. Wendy, do you have a story to tell us? Anything interesting happened in your life? Well, yes, as a matter of fact, something did happen in my life. I mean, something very sad. Um, my dog died, and well, his name was Wendell, and anyway, it was very sudden. I didn't expect him to die. He was only 5 years old. I'm really sorry to hear that, Wendy. I mean, I just love animals, and when I hear stories like that, it just really, it's sad because animals just love you so unconditionally, and you get so close to them, you get closer to them than you do human beings, and get this bond, this unconditional love, you get from animals that you don't get from people. So I'm sorry to hear about Wendell. So Wendy, tell us about Wendell. Well, Wendell was a sweet dog, and he was just he was always, he slept with me. He was always with me, and he listened to all my stories, and if I had something that bothered me, he'd always listen. So anyway, he I don't know what happened. He went next door, and and then he came back, and he just looked different, and then he just dropped dead. Whoa, my God. Well, did you go to the next door neighbor? Did you talk to this person, find out what happened? Well, I did, but I don't know. He seemed kind of, I don't know. He just seemed kind of odd, but I did notice there was something on the porch in a dog dish, and it didn't smell very good, and I think maybe Wendell got into it. Well, I would go, that sounds very suspicious, Wendy. I think you need to go and investigate. I think you need to go and talk to the police. It sounds like he's been poisoned. Um, that sounds like poisoning. Yeah, well, actually, my next door neighbor's my brother, and I know he, I don't, I know he didn't really like Wendell, but Wendell used to whittle on and pee on his yard, and I think maybe he just had enough. And what do I do? Well, this is tough, but really, it's not tough because no one has the right to kill another animal just because they pee on their yard. I think you need to go over to your brother's house, and you need to make a pie. Okay, listen, you need to make a cherry pie, and you need to put some saltpeter in it. That stuff that men hate. Put lots of that in there, and bake him a nice pie, and give it to him, and we'll see what happens. Payback time. All right, Wendy, you take care, and Wendell, up in doggy heaven. Don't worry, we'll see you again in another life. Okay, bye for now. Okay, next we have Caroline from California, San Jose. Hi, Caroline. Hi there. This is crazy. I just came upon your radio station, and it's so good to hear a Canadian station because we just love Canadians, and yeah, man, it's just cool to hear you guys talking about cool stuff like this, and also too, you guys got the best medical care. I mean, and you got pot going on, man. I mean, this is amazing. You guys are the best. I mean, seriously, I am so done living in the States, and I just want to be free. I just want to come up to you guys and get stoned every day. Well, if that's what you choose, I mean, welcome. Come on up and join the party. So, Caroline, what's on your mind? You got something to, has anything unusual happened to you? Any kind of miracles or spooky stuff? Anything like that happened to you in California? Well, there's actually I bought this little like sculpture kind of thing. It was kind of an unusual kind of thing, and I thought, well, What do you like? What kind of cult? What do you mean? Like what kind of sculpture?
Well, it's kind of rude. I don't know if I can say it on the radio.
No, go right ahead. This is an adult station. It's after 11 o'clock. You can say what the fuck you like. Okay, what is it?
Well, it's a very large penis.
Oh, okay. So you bought it. You brought it home, and what? Uh, it's just an ornament to admire or to what?
Well, it was very unusual, this one, because, well, it was extra big, and, well, it was just lovely. But anyway, so I bought it and I put it on my mantelpiece, and, the next day, it wasn't erect. It was not erect. It changed form. I couldn't believe it.
Are you serious? Really?
Yes, I'm very serious. I mean, when I bought it, it was straight up. And then when, I put it in my house the next morning, I wake up and it's down. I mean, I just don't get it.
Well, does it require water? Is it like, one of those plants you call that, you grow grass out of? I don't know what to say. Maybe it's just not attracted to you. Maybe you need to just, circumcise it or something. I don't know. Maybe it needs to just go. Okay, Caroline, thanks for calling us. Maybe next time you might want to choose something a little bit more different, a little bit more reliable. All right. Next call. Oh, we've got David from Denver. Hi, David. Hi there. My name's David, and I'm from Denver, Colorado, and I own a cattle farm, and sell a lot of meat. And I'm a vegetarian, ironically. Wow. That is ironic. What got you into? How did you become a vegetarian and yet still sell meat? Well, if you just knew what they did to these cattle and the food and you wouldn't want to eat the meat. Believe me, I've seen plenty of gross, grotesque things, and it would just turn your stomach if you only knew. So, but because it makes me a lot of money, I've decided to just keep doing what I'm doing, and then use that money to better the cattle's life. So, because we're never going to stop any kind of cattle eating meat. That's just because, that's just the way it is. It's Montana. We're close to Montana. You know what I'm talking about? Yes, I know what you're talking about. Okay, David. So tell us about your story. You called up to tell us about something unusual that's happened to you. Well, yeah, I have. I had this one particular cow, and this cow, he didn't like being with the rest of the cows. He'd just kind of move away and he'd go in a little corner. But I noticed that one time he was looking down at the grass and he was counting. He was counting like with his paw, like hitting on it, and I was hearing that moo, 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 moo. Moo, 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 moo. But yeah, that's very unusual. And he did it like that. He did it like that rhythm. Yeah, he did like that rhythm. And I never seen anything like it. Then I came up to him. This was the weird thing. I came up to him and I said, moo moo cow. Okay, I'm going to give you an arithmetic equation. I'm going to give you a question. So, okay, what is 5 plus 2? And guess what he did? He went, moo, 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 moo. And I counted 7. I couldn't believe it. Oh my God, I got this cow that's got this talent. I could be in the Guinness World Record book. I could be rich. I could take this on the road. This could really change my life, this cow. I can't make him go in the slaughter. I gotta save this cow. So I tested him again. I said, okay, Cal, Moo Moo, I'm going to give you one more question just to make sure that we're on the same page. Okay, ready? Listening? What is 5 plus 5? Go. Moo, 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 moo. Oh my God. I couldn't believe it when I heard 10 moo-moos and his foot stomping down on the ground like that. I just blew my mind. That was it. I had to keep this cow special and safe. So I put him in the barn. And I said, moo-moo cow, arithmetic moo-moo cow, you got to stay here. And I'll be right back. I'm going to bring some people in and we're going to bring the press in and we're going to do a big story on you. Wow, this sounds amazing. My God. This moo-moo cow. So the press came, you called them up and they believed you and they came in to see this cow? Yeah, they did. They came in. I called the press and actually not a lot of people, but just 2 people actually that came in and I gave them an example of what he did and they said, what's on the bottom of his hoof? His foot. So I went over there and I said, what? So I looked at the bottom of his foot. And I saw a piece of paper. It was a piece of paper stuck at the bottom of his foot. And I said, okay, so what did you do? Well, I took this piece of paper off and it had something written on it. And I opened it up and it said, "Dear vegetarian cowman, you are an idiot. Stop making me do math, or else I'm going to kick you in the head." Welcome back to Llama Land. I'm your host, Michelle Drumfoot. I'd like to tell you a joke I just heard recently. I thought was pretty funny. So I'm gonna try and tell it funny. So this guy in New York City, he's walking along the New York street, and he's got this foot that drags, like a limpy foot, and he's walking, he's dragging his foot and walking, and he sees way up in the distance a guy walking towards him, and he's doing the same thing. He's limping he's got this foot that drags, and he's limping, and he's thinking, I wonder if I should say something to him when I walk by. So they get closer and closer, and they're both dragging their feet, walking towards each other. And just as he approaches the guy, he says, Vietnam, 68, points at his foot. And the other guy says to him, dog shit, 50 feet back there. Ha! I thought that was funny. I won't be telling too many jokes, I don't think. Not like that, at least. So I hope you enjoyed the show. And I will be setting up Skype, and we'll be taking phone calls of your stories, telling us about unusual paranormal things that have happened. And I look forward to that. So thank you for joining us, and have a great week. Talk soon. Bye for now.